guys, so we're going to start our intro to probability notes. The assignment I gave you on Friday was just a little taste of what we'll be doing. We're going to kind of build on top of that lesson. So we need to know some vocab, how to write certain symbols and stuff like that. So that's what these notes are today. So let's just kind of jump into it. Let's say that I want you to write out some sets, and a set is just a list. It could be a list of objects, numbers, so set is a list. And let's say set A is all of the primes up to 10. So when you write a set, you always use this fancy bracket. And so I'm going to write all the numbers that are primes up to the number 10. So that would be 2, 3, 5, and 7. And then I close it with the fancy bracket again. Let's say set B was all the even numbers up to 10. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then let's say I have set C. Let's say set C was the multiples of 4 up to the number 10. So multiples means like 4, 8, 12, 16. So if I'm only going up to 10, then I would just have 4 and 8. So those are my 3 sets. So like I said, a set is just a list. It could be a list of numbers. It could be a list of fruit. It could be a list of anything. So I'm going to write that these are sets. Now, what's in the set, those are each called an element. So set A has 4 elements. Set B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. And then set C has 2 elements. So we have sets and elements. We also have something called a universal set. And the universal set would kind of be like everything that's possible. So because I kept telling you guys like, write the primes up to 10, write the evens up to 10, multiples of 4 up to 10. That means I'm really looking at all the numbers up to 10. So that would be my universal set. It's kind of like everything that's possible. So we have set A, B, C, and then the universal set. So using those things, we're going to find like certain relationships and stuff like that. So there's 4 definitions we're really going to look at. Each one has its own meaning, has its own symbol. So really try to just pay attention to all of that. You might need to make flashcards too. So let's look at the first one. So the first one is called a subset. A subset, the symbol looks like, it's almost like a sideways U. I don't want to say a C, but when you write it, it'll probably look like a C, but it's like a sideways U. So subset. Subset means when you have one set within another set. I'm going to give you an example of that. So one set within another set. So you're going to be asked this question: is set C a subset of B? So pretty much what that means is set C within set B? So if I looked above, set C is 4 and 8. The elements are 4 and 8. Are 4 and 8 within set B? Do you see a 4 and 8 in set B? 4, 8, yeah. So C is a subset of B. So you would write, yes, 4 and 8 are in C and B. So just kind of write yes or no and then tell me why. Let's do, is B a subset of C? See, now you have to really pay attention to how the question's being answered or asked. So is B within C? So if you look at B, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Are all of those elements in set C? Well, no. It'd be missing the 2, the 6,
and the 10.
So even though C is within B,
B is not within C. So you would say no
elements
2,
6 and 10 are not in set C. So that would probably be the best example I could give you of subset and the symbol that's going to be used for subset. So sometimes you're not going to see the word written out subset. You're going to see the symbol, which, like I said, it's kind of looks like a C, but technically it's like a sideways U. So that's subset. The second word is intersection.
Now the symbol for
Intersection is actually an upside down U. They're all going to be U's. They're just facing all different ways. So intersection would be the elements the sets share. Okay. So let's just say I wanted to know what A intersection B was. What is A intersection B? So that means what are the elements that A and B share? So if I look back up to sets A and B, what are the elements that they both have? So I see that they both have a 2. So I'm going to write a 2. Set A has a 3, but this one doesn't. 5, this one doesn't. 7, 8, 10. That is the only element that they share. So the key word here would be share. So what do they share? They only share element 2, and that would be the answer. What if I did C intersection A? So what do sets C and A share? So if I look above, set C is 4 and 8. Set A is 2, 3, 5, and 7. Do they share any element? Do they share something that's the same? And for this one, they actually don't. So in that case, you would either write the answer like this, so you would still use the fancy bracket, but you would put nothing inside, or you can write it like this. And the name for this is called an empty set. So when there's nothing in there, when, like for this one, they didn't share anything, or there's nothing that you can write, then you would call it an empty set. So that's subset. Subset is when one set is within another set. Intersection would be the elements that the sets share. And then we have 2 more to do.
so the next one
One is called, so we call it union. And union's a good one because the symbol for union is just a big U. So that one goes right with it. So
union would be
all elements from both sets. So you're kind of like uniting both sets and you're writing everything out. So that's union. So if you look at, I turn the page, but sets A and B. So A was the primes, B was the evens. I'm going to just write it out again over here. So we said A was the primes, B was the evens. I'll even write C just in case I use it
again for another example.
So there were all the sets again. So let's say I'm asking you for A union B. So that would be all of the elements in set A and all of the elements in set B. So you're going to take all the elements and unite them. You never write an element twice. So for example, since they both have a 2, you just write it once. So there's the 2. I see that A has a 3. And you always want to write them in order too, if you can, if they're numbers. B has a 4, and there's a 5 in A, there's a 6, there's a 7, there's an 8, and there's a 10. So all I'm doing is taking sets A and B and writing it all together. I'm writing every element from both of those together, but I just wrote them from low to high. So that would be A union B. And remember, union is like to unite them, bring them together. You want all of them. So that's union. And the last one is the complement. So complement is written a couple different ways. Let's say I wanted the complement of set A. So you would see like A and a little C above it, or you can see it as like A and a little mark. Looks like a little 1 up there. It's like a little tick mark. So that means the complement of set A. I wanted to write it with set A. And basically what the complement means is
elements from
the universal set not in the given set. So basically it's what's missing. The complement would be what's missing from the set. So you kind of have to look at your universal set. So when we started out this problem, I told you guys that we were really looking at numbers 1 through 10. So that's your universal set. Those are all the choices we have. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the universal set. It's everything possible. And then I had you guys write out sets A, B, and C. So let's say if I looked at set A, 2, 3, 5, 7, those are the primes up to 10. Now if I want a complement, that would be everything that was missing from this set that was possible. So the possibilities were 1 through 10. I wrote 2, 3, 5, and 7. So the complement is almost like, what's A missing? So what's in the universal set that's not in set A? So like 1, I don't see it in set A, but it's a choice. It was a choice given. So it's 1, that's the one that's missing. 2, 3, I'm missing the 4. There's the 5, it's missing the 6. There's the 7, and then the 8, the 9, and the 10. So that's technically A complement, and remember it's kind of like A missing. So like what was missing from it, given the universal set. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop there with the notes. So like I said, there's a lot of new vocab here, so you're gonna probably need to write all this stuff down, maybe watch the video more than once, but go back, take a look at it, and then the assignment that I give you guys today, it's literally gonna look just like this stuff. So I'm gonna ask you, what's the subset, what's the union, what's the intersection, what's the complement,